Our room is ready. Look at this, the TV even says our name on it. Welcome, Taylor and Joshua. That is pretty cool. So you always get, with the Castaway Club, whenever you come back, you always get a bag. And it's usually a tote bag, and this time, it's a shoulder bag.
Which is awesome.
Which is awesome, because those are my favorite kinds of bags. Taylor hates them, but I love them, so I'll use this bag a lot. Alright, so there are a couple of differences here between the Magic and the Fantasy. Mainly that the room size here is a little bit smaller than what the Fantasy is, and the balcony size is, I think, is a little bit smaller as well. Now, we have typically had a stateroom that's been on the very back of the ship. We are considered aft, but we're kind of on the side. We've always usually had a room that's been facing out the back of the ship, so that might also be why we've had a larger balcony as well. It's still a very nice room. Basically, a lot of similarities between both of them. This was just revamped not too long ago, the ship that is. There's plenty of space underneath the bed, which I think is really key, especially whenever you're bringing on suitcases and stuff. Now, this is a 5-night cruise, and if you're coming on like a 3-night, it's probably not really necessity. I would think if we came on a 3-night, we could get away with a carry-on. We do have 2 suitcases. We just have a lot of stuff that we want to bring along. Those will fit perfectly underneath the bed, save a lot of space for us to walk around. You'll also notice that being here, you have a mini fridge that's underneath the TV. There is cabinets up above. There's a closet right whenever you enter into the room, so you can hang a lot of your stuff up. Last time they didn't actually have enough coat hangers, I think, the last time that we were here.
Oh yeah, we didn't have enough hangers for all of our clothes.
And I think the second cruise, I knew that we didn't have enough, so the third one, I brought extra coat hangers just in case. I didn't bring any extras this time because it's only a 5-night. I knew I wasn't going to need that many. But other than that, I mean, it's still very nice. There's a nice vanity mirror here. Plenty of drawers if you want to load the drawers up with stuff, either clothes or socks, you know, electronics, whatever you need. I think that there's still plenty of space in here.
This room to me is almost identical to the room. I don't know if Josh mentioned this, but we have only sailed on the Fantasy. This is our 4th Disney cruise. Yes. 3 times on the Fantasy, 1st time on the Magic.
Yep.
And I feel like this room is almost identical to our room on the Fantasy, except it's just a little bit smaller. Yeah. But everything else looks basically the same.
Yep. Now, with this stateroom, you can also have up to, I think it's really more of 3 adults.
This one's for 3 or 4.
I think this one is for 3.
Because
I don't see a pull-down bed above us, but the couch that we're sitting on will fold out into a bed. Another nice thing is that a lot of the rooms have these split bathrooms, so you have a space for the shower and a sink, so one person can be getting ready in the shower, doing their makeup, whatever they need to do, while the other person has the toilet and another sink, so if somebody needs to go to the bathroom and somebody needs a shower or whatever, 2 people need to get ready at the same time. There's a lot of space there for that. Yeah. I like that a lot, especially for us, because Taylor can be in the shower doing what she needs to do. I can be in brushing my teeth, doing whatever I need to do, or vice versa. When you go and you drop your luggage off outside at the porters, you're not going to see it until later on in the day. Some people have already received their luggage right now.
It seems to be coming out pretty quick today.
Yeah, right now it's about 2:45. We still have not received our luggage yet.
The way you find your luggage is it will actually be sitting out in the hallway near your room somewhere, and you just have to look for your luggage tags. They try to put it as close to your room as they can because your little tag on there has your room number on it. So they try to get it as close as they can. Yeah. Normally it's like pretty much right outside your door.
Sometimes, just depending on where your room's at and the space, the walkway, the hallway, they may have to set it slightly further away from your door, but it'll probably still be out there somewhere. You might just have to look just a little bit.
We were really worried about outlets in this room because from what we had read and what we were told...
Well, we still don't have very many.
Yeah, but what we were told is there was only one outlet in the room. We were like scrambling, trying to figure out what we were gonna do. We were gonna have to take turns charging stuff, but actually, I don't know if they just recently did this in this dry dock or if they did it in the last dry dock whenever they added the aqueduct. There are actually 3 outlets in the room now. Still not a ton,
right?
But more than one.
Which I actually forgot to get a power strip from downstairs, but I don't know that we're actually going to need it.
I don't think we will.
Being that I bought the USB charger and assuming that they don't confiscate it when the luggage bags come through, I don't see why they would, because it's not a power strip.
No.
It's just for USBs. Hopefully that should really actually alleviate a lot of needing to use a bunch of outlets.
Yeah.
But yeah, Taylor's right. So there's 3 outlets. They're basically all over here at the vanity.
Yeah.
It does have 2 USB outlets as well.
Yeah, it does have those.
And
too.
then you'll also find 1 outlet in the bathroom, but it says on there that it's strictly for like
shavers only.
Yeah, something that really does not require a lot of electricity use.
One other thing I noticed as soon as we walked in the room that was different from the fantasy to the magic rooms is that on the fantasy you have to use your room key and put it in a slot to turn on any lights in the room. In here, you do not have to do that. You just press a button and the lights turn on.
Yep. You don't necessarily have to use your room key. You can use a credit card or something else that will slide in there.
Yeah, whatever you want to slide in there.
But yeah, but Taylor's right. You have to have a card in there, and here you don't have to have that.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of nice. I do kind of like the fantasy idea better because it conserves a little bit more electricity. It's a larger ship. They might have to do that. I don't know. Maybe it's not necessarily required here because it's a smaller ship. I know there's probably a lot of people that haven't been on the fantasy and haven't been on the magic. But if you're trying to consider between the two, I'm obviously going to go back to the fantasy. It's a much larger ship, you know, not knocking the magic, but I would prefer the fantasy. But this is still a nice ship. I mean, we're going to have a blast either way.
We have a fire drill. Oh, what?
Not for a while.
I keep calling it a fire drill. It's not a fire drill. It's like the...
Oh, that's a good point to make.
The drill.
Whenever you get on the ship and you're able to check into your room, or whenever you're able to access your room, you're going to want to look at the door. There's a sign on the door that's going to tell you exactly where you need to go for the mandatory like safety meetup. So on the odd chance at all that the ship would go down and you had to meet up at one specific location to then transfer to one of the lifeboats, that is what this is for. It's basically just to prepare you for that, and to find that, it's on the back of your door. So I'm going to check and see if the luggage is here yet. It is now about 3 o'clock. It is.
Right outside the door. Josh's is anyway. Oh, mine's there too, huh? We are now golden. So I'd just like to point out that Josh always does this whole unpacking thing and actually utilizes the closet and the drawers. I don't really ever do that. I leave my stuff in the suitcase and pull it out when I need it.
So here's what the vanity looks like now, and here's what it looks like after. And look at all that stuff. We have a ton of electronics over here, all on the vanity. It looks like a mess, but it's actually a lot more organized than what it has ever been before. I can guarantee you that.
Just got the magnets out of my suitcase. Now I get to go decorate the door. I got a lot of magnets.